There's a point in every journey where it turns. You swing the wagon around, and you know it's eventually coming to a close. And there's a great sense of irony. You finally get your sea legs, or trail legs, or in our case, road legs. You settle into the fact that this little 20-foot trailer is your new, temporary, all-you-can-eat home. But then acclimate to the reality that in a couple short weeks, all the snow-capped mountains, deserts, and wild animals will be a slowly fading memory. So we made our way to Page, tucked between Lake Powell and a place I had a different name for.
Babe, we've made it to Instagram Point.
You'll fit right in.
It's talking shit. You can see people camping way down there. So we're at Horseshoe Bend, obviously, and while this is a wonderfully beautiful place, the reality is that there's 1,000 other people doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. So I suppose Misty was right.
I like natural things. Curves of the world made by wind and water over thousands of years will always amaze me. Much like the things that happen to us, shape us. The world shapes itself into something beautiful. There's also beauty in the unnatural, the man-made.
Dear, you know what the engineers said when they saw this canyon? Damn it!
Oh, that's a good one, dear.
Thank you, thank you. Damn, girl. I'm fine. We're over here checking out the Glen Canyon Dam. It's pretty cool. Making a bunch of dam jokes.
Yeah, and that's real cool too.
Thanks, Misty. I appreciate your commentary.
Man-made dam means man-made lake, which is what Lake Powell is.
Lake Powell, Glen Canyon Dam, Glen Canyon.
A natural resource unnaturally being sucked dry, inevitably set to return to what it once was. So while it's still around, Misty and I decided to do our part.
This is gonna be a relationship tester right here, babe.
Yeah, we'll see.
I've said before that working for things makes them better. A guided hike through Antelope Canyon is an easy way to guarantee the best and most iconic views, and likely very crowded ones. But with cheeks tucked below a murky waterline and a boat powered by unsure hands in a vague direction, you tend to have a much more earned experience.
Yes! We made it! We made it! Apparently we've already done 3 miles. That's pretty pimp. How rad is that, babe? Time to hike. This is one of the most interesting and cool places I've ever been. It's one of those places that makes you want to just kind of keep going and going and going until you're like 5 miles in, because you're just always wondering, like, is the next corner going to be even cooler? But it's all cool. But we only have the kayak for so long, so we got to start heading back. I will say that it's hard not to think about that movie 127 Hours while you're out here.
It's easy to take all the amazing things you see and experience, look towards the next big thing, and ignore the little moments in between. My favorite spot in Page, for instance, wasn't Antelope Canyon, or Instagram Point, or Lake Powell and the impressive engineering feat of the Glen Canyon Dam, but a spot a couple hundred feet from home, watching a storm roll in.
This is amazing. There's our camper. There's Paige. Over there somewhere is where we kayaked yesterday. And over there, well, that's Horseshoe Bend. This is a cool spot. Oh my God, the wind! Jesus! But with endings drawing near, and sentimental hearts and minds, we decided to end our West Country jaunt in a familiar place. The end of one journey from the beginning of another. So we came to Pagosa Springs. We were here in 2019, but unfortunately, the time of the year we were here is like the 1 or 2 days that everything was closed. So we felt like we had some unfinished business here. So we doing a little hike up to Reservoir Hill today, brought Suki along, and we couldn't do this last time because there was snow and ice on all the trails and it was heavily discouraged for us to do any hikes. So it's nice to get to be able to do that now. Yep, we're on a hill. And there's the reservoir. The name makes sense.
Misty and I are simple people, like hikes and beer, or the ways the days of this trip can be determined from just a hat change. We know what works and what doesn't, so sulfur water at max temp seems like a good way to wind down and reflect on a trip well experienced.
Okay, so we tried coming here in 2019, but we just so happened to be here on the 1 week of the year that they closed this entire place down for cleaning. But since we're here, we wanted to give it another go, and what better way to experience a hot spring than on top of a building looking at a mountain range drinking beer. But not only that, we're here on a better occasion. Tomorrow is Misty and I's 5-year wedding anniversary.
Is it 5?
Yeah, it's 5.
I thought it was 4.
It's 5. We got married in 2016. You doing math?
Wow, it's been 5 years?
Yeah. Happy anniversary, dear.
A road trip is a wonderful thing. Tons of opportunities to take advantage and see and do all there is. And I live by the mindset that a body must be moved. Movement means I'm not bored, or at least not thinking about the things I don't want to think about. But there must be a yin to the yang. So Pagosa was a wonderful break. And many of life's big problems can dwindle away with zoned out eyes and a campfire. And after a few days of driving, pit stops, and a truck and trailer donning the bug guts of roughly 13 state lines, we made our way home. But there's that word again.
So I like to take lessons and representation from mostly mundane things, and this map is no different. It's a winding couple of paths that not only map out the past, but a fairly odd future. Because without that first road trip in 2019, I don't think I'd be here, living in a mountain town in the middle of North Carolina, working at a brewery, or editing and making short films for a living and telling stories. This map to me represents growth and a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. And now, 3 different homes, or at least 3 different home bases.
So I named this series Finding Home. See, I don't really buy into the firm concept of home. I've felt home in tons of places, brick-walled, flimsy, or even open-aired spots. Rigid or mobile, I think there's much more to it than just a place you're in. It's much more about a feeling. And over the years, we've found home in some pretty amazing places.
We've been hanging out with this dude, Pat. Give us a wave, Pat. He's taken me on an adventure that I've never done. I've never done this, what I'm about to do before, so here it goes.
You're about to kill yourself on a motorcycle.
I'm about to kill myself. We've come across this rather aggressive walking button. Wait. All right, Jesus. Wait. Hold your horses there, Chief. Good God. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is amazing. Yeah. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Really hard to kind of capture the scale of these things. This thing's freaking huge. It's really, really big. Where you at, Pat?
I had to get my beer.
You had to get your beer.
This guy's kind of drunk right here, but so is this guy right here too.
Look,
so.
I'm just feeling good, my friend. I'm just feeling good.
Don't be an idiot.
All right, gotta do my best carrot and egg impression. Man, this is too much. This is too nice for our tiny house mountain blood these days.
I like this.
This is too much for us. She's so pumped. This, hands down, the best thing I've ever seen in my life. This is the coolest place I've ever been. We're about to get wet again. Ah, it's freezing. She looks real badass, like in front of the mountain though. Hey girl, hey girl.
This is so cool.
Good Lord. She's the size of her car.
Oh
Hey
my
bud,
goodness.
don't kill us. Deer? I think that's gonna start being the sound that I make when I wanna have sex with you.